is Shy, and today I'll be reacting to some more Mew Suppasit. He has released a new album and a new track called Drowning. From what I understand, this one is dedicated to his late grandmother, and after hearing that, I'm just like, yeah, I'm gonna cry. Because personally for me, on my mother's side, I never got to know any of my grandparents, like my grandparents, sisters or brothers or any of that. For my dad's side, I did get to know them, but not for long. I'll get into that after this. I'm just preparing myself for tears because I know it's going to come. So I'm going to get straight into this without further ado. This is Mew Suppasit with Drowning. Here we go. Oh, little Doraemon in the back. Oh, it's such a beautiful tribute. Woo! I knew I was gonna cry. But, oh, it's so beautiful. What I can understand, if this is actually like about Mew, like this whole music video is Mew, it seems that he lived with his grandma, grew up with his grandma, I guess, first in time, because I guess his family, or his parents were working probably away in the city or something, like most families. Because I realized that too with some of my students. A lot of them like always talk about, their grandpa or grandma because they live with them because their parents are always working. and so they're pretty practically raised by the grandparents. And to be completely like honest, I'm really jealous of those who have grandparents. Like I mentioned in the beginning, I didn't really get to know my mom's side because my parents had me and my brother when they're older, so their parents were a lot older. My grandpa, my mom's side, died when I was a baby, and my grandma, my mom's side, I only met her once when I was older, so I was about 10 when I first met her for the first and last, well, second time, but like it was also the last time, because she would die maybe 2-3 years later, and I wouldn't be able to go back to the Philippines, and I haven't been back into the Philippines since the first time I met her, or no, I'm trying to think. No, yeah, no, we haven't got a chance to see her before she passed away. I think she passed away maybe 2 years after I went to the Philippines. As for my dad's side, we did meet them. We met them at an unfortunate event. On my dad's side, one of his grandparents, one of the, I think, uncles, passed away, and that's how we met our dad's side of the family for the first time. And you know, we're just slowly getting to know them because we never really got to be close with them or anything. But unfortunately, 3 years ago, so it was probably about 2 years after we have officially met in person, they moved down to America, or not moved down to America. They moved because my dad's parents, they lived in Virginia, and then we got them to move up to Washington, and then the rest of the cousins in the Philippines to join them. So this was probably about a year after we officially met them. We've talked to them before on the phone and everything, but we never actually like saw them in person until that unfortunate event. That being said, a year or two later, October, I remember, it was 2017, because I was in my 3rd year of college. I got the unfortunate news that he passed away. And as of right now, my grandma is the only one left, as like grandpa, you know, like instant relative. And unfortunately, I feel like her time is definitely limited. Every time I go to see her, I felt like she's getting weaker and weaker. So whenever my dad goes over to their house, you know, I always try to get a chance to, you know, video call. So yeah, I'm definitely extremely jealous of those who get to spend time with their grandparents, because, you know, like you said, like for me, obviously, one, they're overseas. A lot of them are overseas or in different states, and plus my parents had us later in life. So definitely our grandparents were definitely a lot older. So, you know, it sucks because like I don't have any memories of my grandfather on my mom's side, and my memory with my grandmother on my mom's side is also a bit fuzzy. I don't really remember her. I don't really have a lot of memories of her. Luckily, my dad's side, I did get to have a couple of years with my grandfather. On my dad's side, you know, got to the point where like there was a spot in their old house, where whenever we come in, we see him sitting there with his oxygen tank, rocking back and forth in his chair. And like the first time I went over to that house, because I think after he passed away, I didn't dare go to that house for maybe a year. Like I refused to go. I want to say for about maybe a year I didn't go. Like before I left for Korea, I ended up going, you know, to say goodbye to the family and everything. Obviously with my grandma, like I said, every time I see her, I feel like she's getting weaker and weaker every day. So, you know, as much as I try as much as I can to, you know, say hello to her, you know, try to have her, you know, caught up in my life, you know, and all that. So, yeah, I can safely say, you know, I'm pretty jealous of those who are able to be close to their grandparents, you know, be able to be close to to even their relatives. For me, most of my relatives don't know English. Most of them live in the Philippines. If they're lucky enough to come to America, they live far away, so we're not able to see them often. But either way, we're not really close to it, like any of my relatives. That's what I'm kind of jealous about in Asia. Like, because I feel like in America, everything is more separated. You know what I mean? In America, or no, in Asia, every family is really close knit. You know, you're able to, you know, have that kind of bond with the family, and like I don't have that, and that's mainly due because of the language barrier with my family. I went deep down into a rabbit hole, but that's basically my sentiment with this. Definitely, that's why. So this was a really lovely song, a really lovely tribute for the grandmother. And like I said, you know, this makes me think of like what little time I have with my grandparents. Unfortunately, I didn't get to meet my grandpa when I was older on my mom's side. I did get to meet my grandma on my mom's side when I was older, like able to form some memories of her, but unfortunately those memories aren't as clear. Like I barely remember, you know, holding her hand. In the Philippines, we have this thing where we do manapo. We bless their hands. I barely remember doing that for her. I barely remember talking. I just remember how frail she was. You know, I kind of remember how she looked, but I don't remember anything at all. I barely remember everything because, you know, it was, you know, when I was around 10 or 11. Obviously, my memories should be good, but like, you know, time has gone by. And I haven't been back to the Philippines since then. So it's been about 10 to 11 years since then. And obviously my dad's side, obviously we got to make some memories with them. There are many more being made as much as we can. But, you know, I get worried every day that, you know, I won't be able to say goodbye one last time, you know, that kind of feeling. So yeah, went down an emotional roller coaster. Like I said, you know, I'm definitely jealous of those who are able to be close to their relatives. Like for me personally, it's mainly due to, I guess, different lifestyles, and plus I'm very shy. I don't like talking to strangers, no matter if they're family or not. So I don't really have that kind of close bond with my family. And the fact that most of them I cannot speak to because of a language barrier. Like I want to try and learn, you know, Tagalog, but I just never got around to relearning because I'm trying to learn another language so I can be able to, you know, live where I'm living right now. So yeah. Well, let's wrap it all up. Very, very lovely tributes. Definitely makes me think of like the memories that I currently have of my grandparents, the ones that I have been lucky to be able to have met, and, you know, continuing to cherish the one that I have left, and hopefully I can have more happy times with her before her unfortunate time comes. So I'm praying hard, you know, hoping for the best. You know, every day I always say hi. Whenever I get told that my dad's gonna go over, I'll be like, you know, call me. I want to say hi, see how everybody's doing, that kind of thing. So, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. If you did, like, subscribe, all the fun stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.